Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. That sound you just heard, don't be alarmed, I'm gonna explain it to you in a minute. So if it's your first time to my channel, welcome to the channel. My name is Danelle, I'm a Jamaican living in Switzerland, and on this channel I share my experiences. All my experiences, food, cultures I'm experiencing, beautiful places when I do travel. So yeah, if you're into those stuff, this is where you need to be. Before we go any further, I've made a video before about things I really like in Switzerland. If you haven't seen that, I'm gonna link it here or leave in the description box. And this is just a continuation of things that I'm discovering and things that I like about Switzerland. So a few days ago, I was sitting at my desk uploading some pictures to Shutterstock, right? Shout out to Lisa Colton, who has introduced me to Shutterstock, and now I've had a few of my pictures approved. So if you're looking for pictures of Switzerland, just small things around Switzerland, you can go over to my Shutterstock account and purchase some images. But anyways, I was sitting there and I heard an alarming sound and I panicked. That's what I'm gonna talk to you about today. 3 things I always see in Switzerland or hear that has become normal, but in the beginning it was not normal for me. So if you want to hear that, stick around for the rest of this video. So of course, the first one on my list is the siren that almost caused me to jump out of my skin. Where is it, Hanno? So in Switzerland, there are 2 types of alarm signals that alerts the population of danger. So one is the general alert signal and the second one is the water alert signal. So I'm going to be reading, guys, because my brain is not that good. So the alarms are tested once per year just to see if they're working properly. General alert system was the one I heard the other day and almost gave me a heart attack. So that's usually tested in February, and it goes off twice. So it goes off for like 1 minute and then it goes off 5 minutes later for another minute. Okay, so let's say you're home and you hear the alarm. What do? They recommend that you 1, listen to the radio, 2, you follow instructions issued by the authorities, and 3, you inform your neighbors, just in case you have a deaf neighbor or a blind neighbor, and you kind of inform them what's going on. The second alert signal is the water alert signal, and it is not sounded all over Switzerland. It's mostly in villages and communities where there are dams or so on, or rivers and so on. So I don't think I've ever heard that. I can't remember. And that usually happens in April. So the next interesting thing that I always see in Switzerland are bunkers. I was a little bit reserved to talk about this, but when I Googled, I found a lot of information on the internet, so I guess it's no longer a top secret as I thought. I thought this was like top secret, you should never talk about this, but in the forests in Switzerland, there are bunkers dotted all over the place. From my research, I heard that there are over 8,000 bunkers. What are they for? They're no longer active. So back in the days, during World War II, the Swiss built up all these defensive bunkers in 1933 to protect themselves from invaders. So a few of them are still equipped, and I will leave a link in the description box where you can go and check out a video of a Swiss guy talking about or giving a tour of a bunker. I don't know if I can probably do that one day. I would love to do a tour to see how inside of the bunkers look. But in my village, B and Hannah went out this morning and took some footage of the bunkers in our village. In our small village, we have about 4 or 5. Probably even more, but the ones that we have seen. And this is the Swiss defense bunkers back in the World War II that they used, to prepare themselves for any invaders. So if you would like to learn more about the Swiss bunkers and the locations and so on, I will leave a link in the description so you can go check that out for yourself. Another thing that is very, very interesting, and I mean, I've never seen any of these things anywhere else. So the siren is new to me. I was telling Hanno today that in Jamaica we have an alarm for hurricane and natural disasters, but I don't remember it was this loud, or it's more in facilities, so like in individual buildings, and it would go off and you go under the chair. But okay, so the next one is in the cellar. So I didn't notice it until, I don't know, one day I had to open this door or push this door, and I found out that this door is crazy heavy. Why is this door so heavy? And then I asked, and I was told that the cellars here are actually nuclear shelters. So the cellar is used to store your stuff, but it's also a nuclear shelter. So if there should ever be a nuclear attack against Switzerland, or just in general, the residents of Switzerland or the Swiss can go there and hide. At first when I saw it, I thought it was it looked to me like a place if there's a flooding or so you can go hide, but that's stupid. It would just fill up. But yeah, I find it very fascinating that most houses, I'm not sure if all, but most houses have a nuclear shelter. The Swiss are so well equipped for such disaster that they have space for 114% of its population. So it can house all the people who live in Switzerland plus 14% more. So if some German, French want to run over and seek refuge, they can also do so. For me, that's very fascinating. So if something like this should happen, so if like a war should flare up here in Europe, the authorities will inform the residents that they should pack like food and water and so on in the cellar, and yes, just in case they have to retrieve they have food for a period of time. Yeah, that makes me very like think it's very comfortable. Although you want to think if there's a nuclear attack and then everything is over, and then we come up on top, what will we be left with? You know, it's kind of, anyways, we don't anticipate that to happen. And most of the cellars and the nuclear shelters here are used to store wine, or they're used to store suitcases, things that you don't use in your apartment. Yeah, so they're not really used for hiding or anything. It's just to store stuff. But just in the event that we need it, it's there. Yes guys, so it's a very short video. Nuclear shelters, bunkers hidden in forests, danger alarm going off each year just to test if they're working fine, or just 3 things that happen in Switzerland that I'm not used to. All right guys, if you found this video interesting, please leave a comment, like the video, share it with somebody who wouldn't mind knowing this information for some reason. You might move in here, you might be coming to visit, and these are little things that you will see, and you know, you might wonder what is it for? This is what it is for. All right guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, I finally got a footage of Switzerland somewhere. It wasn't raining, it was we got a very short break, and I flew the drone, so you should be seeing that on Monday. All right guys, until next time, thank you so much. Have a lovely weekend. Bye bye.